Morning and welcome to the 445 Productive Through Joy show with your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher. This show airs each weekday morning, hella early AF at 4:45 a.m. Here on YouTube's Michael Datcher channel, then 4:45 p.m. on Facebook Live. Today we are talking about knowing the self, knowing yourself, and productivity. What is the connection between knowing yourself and how does that heighten one's level of productivity? All right. If you're new to the show, you can go to productivethroughjoy.com, see more about us. We speak to groups, schools, and organizations about being productive through joy. All right. So, thanks for being here. So again, for those of you who are new, allow me to say a few words about myself. This is your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher. I'm the author of the New York Times bestseller Raising Fences, which was a Today Show Book of the Month pick. That book's film rights were optioned by the actor Will Smith, whose people called My People, and I eventually agreed to write the screenplay for that particular project. I'm also the author of the acclaimed historical novel Americus, which is set 13 miles from Ferguson, where Michael Brown was murdered. Of course, we just celebrated. We just recognized the anniversary of that death. Once again, a tragic death. Our thoughts and prayers go out to Michael Brown's family. To lose a child is extraordinary. This book is set 13 miles from that situation. In fact, it interrogates the intersection between race and violence in America. So that book's a very timely book. I'm also the president of the board of the World Stage, a literary and jazz venue here in California. It's a 501c3 nonprofit here in Los Angeles. My educational background is UC Berkeley as an undergraduate. My master's is from UCLA. My master's is from UCLA, and my PhD in English literature is from the University of California at Riverside. I'm currently a professor of English Lit at Loyola Marymount University here in Los Angeles. Listen, I'm an expert at being productive, all right? I don't say that to brag or boast, but people are oftentimes surprised at my level of productivity, given really how crazy my own personal narrative is. I am the product of a young girl who was raped at 16, gave birth to me at 17, and subsequently gave me up for adoption to a wonderful and amazing single divorcee, yet at the time no biological father, no adopted father. Listen, difficult times for the young MD. Yet, as Cool Modi famously said, how you like me now, right? And if I can be this productive through joy, so can many of us who are watching this show. So, thanks for being here. Again, today we're talking just in a matter of moments about the idea of knowing the self and productivity. What is that particular connection, and how can that enhance one's level of productivity? Again, you can go to productivethroughjoy.com, see about us. We speak to groups, schools, and organizations about being productive through joy. Have me come out, speak to your group, school, organization. All right, let's dive into. I should also say that as a writer, of course, also I'm on a book tour for my newest book, Americus, the book I just told you about. So I'm back in LA. I'll be at the Last Bookstore in downtown Los Angeles on Thursday, October 4th at 7:30. Look for that. Look for the Eventbrite page and also social media and media. And also I'll be at Pasadena City College also in October, early October, and then starting back east that month as well. So look for me everywhere. All right, let's dive into the topic. So today, guys, we're talking about knowing the self and that relationship to productivity. On the morning show, we'd like to also speak about the importance of framing your day before your day has a chance to frame you. At times, we wake up with problems, troubles on our minds, and that trouble can follow us throughout our day. So we know how that happens for folk, and we like to try to deal with that in a very assertive way by thinking about ritual as a way to really problem solve and stress manage. As we know, when you have lots of problems, that enhances one's stress. And if you have that problem and those problems on your mind throughout the day, it definitely has a way of impacting your health, certainly your heart condition. So we speak about framing your day in the context of rituals. So let me just give you a brief example of that, serving as an exemplar by giving you my own brief morning rituals. In the mornings, I wake up at 3:30. I read a couple of spiritual business books. I do our show here at 4:45 a.m. And then I work on my current novel for a while longer until sunrise. And at sunrise, I go out to the beach. I live here along the coast in Venice Beach, California. I go out, I bring my drum, I meditate, pray, do yoga. It's a really powerful time. Then I come back work on my book a while longer, then go back out to the beach to run up the coast all the way past Santa Monica, peer up those steps, all the way back home to my gym. Go to the gym to get my workout in, get my buff on, guys. And so by 10:30 or so, I'm rolling. Life's feeling good, and I use that, and that endorphin release that's tethered to that morning ritual. I leverage that to move me towards my goals and objectives. Now, we're not saying do what I do, we're saying do what you do. We help people organize a morning ritual for themselves. And so, as part of my morning reading, I'm reading 3 great books right now. For example, I'm reading a book called Owning the Moment, which is a book that is what it sounds like it is, about identifying moments and owning them. Also reading a book called The Nag Hammadi Reader, which is kind of a compendium of spiritual Gnostic literature from the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd centuries, which is also very powerful. I'm also reading a book which kind of combines spirituality and entrepreneurial exploits called Cash in the Flash. That book is really interesting and also powerful. So from those 3 books, I extract some wisdom, which I call the morning chant. And today's morning chant is, as a meditating natural mystic, I know myself as one with the all in all, so I know I am abundant, one love. Again, as a meditating natural mystic, I know myself as one with the all in all, so I know I am abundant, one love. So I think about that throughout my day. I place it on my phone, for example. I contemplate it, and also create the morning show here on YouTube's Michael Datcher channel and afternoon shows based upon that reading. So today we're talking about knowing the self and productivity. So thanks for being here. Let's dive in. Again, go to productivethroughjoy.com to see about us. Have me come out, speak to your group, school, organization. We also, of course, offer really powerful one-on-one Productive Through Joy coaching. All right, let's dive in. So point one is that you want to do some due diligence in the arena of yourself. You want to take some time to know yourself. I'm smiling because I think about, I'm a professor, so I'm an educator. I believe in the power of education, and our students typically spend so much work trying to accrue knowledge, but they aren't always so great at accruing knowledge about themselves. You want to make self-knowledge a project, right? And we help people engage in that process through meditation, yoga, various modalities. We like to fit our approaches to the individual. So reading, you want to spend time alone, getting time to know the self. That's just a basic idea. Point 2 is you want to then begin to use the self-knowledge to begin to engage yourself in the world in terms of your career, your money-making opportunities, how you deal with your family, friends, and relations, based upon an authentic knowledge of yourself. You want to have the out-picturing of how you live your life on the planet be a direct result of who you actually are, which may sound obvious, but as you may know, that's not how most people do it. People are out here just faking and shaking, just trying to get through, trying to get along, and there is some benefit to getting along, no doubt. But as a default, that is not how you want to live your life, which goes right into point 3. As you know the self and begin to actually live that self out loud in public, in the public sphere, you're going to begin to see an obvious and very identifiable uptick in productivity. And that's when life gets exciting, because once you begin to see that uptick, you begin to want to live in that authentic self more and more and more. And the more that you live your authentic self, the more productive you will be. That's a guarantee. I guarantee that. All right. So boom goes the dynamite. That's it for today's show. Thanks for being here. We'll see you this afternoon at 4:45 p.m. on Facebook Live, and then of course tomorrow morning, hella early AF at 4:45 a.m. here on YouTube's Michael Datcher channel. Thanks for being here. Until then, let's talk about it and be about it. Deuces. Yes, indeed. And yes, and thanks for being here. We are just now attempting to end the recording, which is pretty funny because there seems to be a glitch in the mechanism to end it.